So as we take this walk and we're checking the fence, I'll share with you just a little bit of wisdom that I've picked up over the years regarding overcoming analysis paralysis. And I think all of us have been there, and really the root of the problem is the fear of failure. We are so afraid of failing that we just sit there and analyze and research and study and watch YouTube videos, and we don't ever get anything done. But if you don't attempt something and you don't ever fail at anything, are you really learning? Because all failure is, ultimately, it is a lesson. It's a teachable moment. It's something that you can use in your life to overcome obstacles. How will you know how to do something if you never attempt anything and you don't ever give yourself the chance to even fail? So what we did coming out here, we took a huge risk. We're getting into things that we've never had any experience with. Of course, raising chickens, that's something that we've done before, but we've never raised quail, we've never raised sheep, and later this fall we're getting some pigs, and we've never raised pigs. There is a lot that we could mess up. We did do a lot of research. We did analyze a lot of data before we took our big step. So I'm not saying don't ever prepare. I'm not going to tell you, of course not. Of course, prepare, research, study, learn about what you want to get into. But at some point, you have to say, okay, I've got enough, at least enough to get started here. The rest I can figure out as I go. I can make a mistake here or there, and I'll learn from it. I'll learn more than if I had just sat here reading these books. I'm a huge proponent of academia. I'm a huge proponent of learning. I'm a huge proponent of doing academic research and citing authoritative sources, seeking knowledge from those who came before, but eventually you've got to get off the fence and do some work. You can't sit on the fence all day. So I've got a few steps to help you overcome analysis paralysis. The first step is realize you are going to make mistakes, and to determine that you are going to invoke your indomitable spirit to overcome those obstacles when they arise. You run into a brick wall, well, up and over. The second tip I've got for you is pick your one thing. Every day when you approach your list of to-dos, pick your one thing. That's all you need, is just one thing that you are going to do today that's going to make everything else that you need to do easier or unnecessary. Step number 3, do that one thing. Just get out there and do it. Yeah, you're gonna make some mistakes. Yeah, you're gonna fail. But just get your hands dirty, dig in deep, and with all the effort that you can muster, and at least make the attempt. Then, step number 4, check your work. All right? Yeah, do a job, do your one thing, check your work, see what you got right, see what you got wrong. And then, number 5, push forward, adapt and overcome. So did you do something wrong? Find out what it was. Use people as resources, use literature as resources, media, YouTube videos on the subject. Find out what you did wrong, and now you will be not a master, but you'll be closer to mastering that than if you had just read it out of books and figured it out. Because there is something it's a very teachable moment when you make a mistake. So overcome that fear of making mistakes. Get out there, overcome the analysis paralysis. The analysis paralysis is nothing more than an excuse to not ever even have the possibility of making a mistake. So, but mistakes are not bad. If you make the same mistake twice, that's a problem. But you're not going to make the same mistake twice, because you're going to check your work, you're going to push forward and adapt and overcome. But ultimately it gets down to do your research. You're going to make mistakes. Realize that you're never going to avoid or negate all mistakes by reading, by learning from others. Don't use your fear of making a mistake as an excuse to never get anything done or to never do anything. So those are my 5 tips on how to overcome analysis paralysis. Hopefully there's something of benefit that comes out of that for you. Maybe you're like almost there. You're just a half step away from putting your foot down and doing that first thing. Hopefully this gets you over the edge and off the fence. All right, now you go get to work, because there is a lot of work left to do.